Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Getting Close Up, the show focused on independent artists and creatives. I'm your host, Danielle Cox. You don't want to miss what I have right now because this guest today will give you all the feels. They're a powerhouse of personality and talent. Today, we are getting close up with the members of Sentimental Creatures.
Hi. How's it going? What's up?
Hey.
Hi.
I just love your smiling face. You've been so happy since you got here, and I love it. It's feeding the vibes.
It's hard to not be happy in this band, even though we wrote a lot of crying music. It's honestly like the happiest I've ever been has been in this band. Like, dead ass.
I love that. We're going to do some intros, but we're going to add a little twist to it, okay? So the intro, you're going to give your name, the instrument that you play or your part in the band, and what animal you'd like to come back as. What creature you'd like to come back as. We'll start with you.
Oh, man. I'm Lukas. I play rhythm guitar, and I do lead vocals. And I've said it before. I think it'd be pretty cool to be a squirrel on a golf course. You know,
a squirrel specifically on a golf course?
Yeah, like you don't got to really worry about anything. You just kind of get to hang out.
I think that could be a pretty decent life, actually. I like that one. I'll accept it.
Excuse me. My name is Sara. I am the drummer of Sentimental Creatures. I want to be reincarnated as a tortoise. They live to be 100 years old.
Oh, see? So it'll take longer to have to do it
back,
again.
Yeah, I get even longer the next time. And I don't have to be in a hurry anywhere, which is like a dream.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. That's smart. It's got some strategy to it.
My name is Caleb. I play bass in the band, and I would like to come back as a tiger.
Ooh, why so?
That's my favorite animal. They're a powerhouse of a cat.
Yeah,
tiger
they
stripes
are.
look really good on him too.
Oh, nice. That's even better.
He looks really good.
Next time you come, you're going to have to just wear a full-out onesie.
Tiger costume.
With a bowl of Frosted Flakes.
I have
Yes,
like a
they're
3-piece, like blazer, matching pants, stripes on the shoes.
Yeah, we'll have to make sure you guys do that for the next time.
Yes.
I love that. And as you can see, this is why I said they have so much personality. You can see where we're going here. What I love is the whole reason why you guys are sitting here today is because you guys reached out to us. I thought that was so dope. We reach out to a lot of people, and I guess as time goes on, since now we're in season 6, one thing that we kind of take for granted is that, yes, our audience is a lot of other artists, and they'll see some of the other interviews of artists that they know and want to reach out to us. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's how the community grows, is just everybody being involved and coming together to help move each other up.
Yeah. And that was Kat Voltron's interview that you had seen, because you guys have played with them before, and they're pretty dope. I love them.
Yeah, they're super cool.
That was a fun episode. So I can see us having a lot of fun here. One other thing that I got to learn about you guys, because you reached out to us, we didn't get a chance to see you like perform live first, because that's kind of one of the ways that we get to know artists or reach out to them. Mm-hmm. But you have a vlog on YouTube.
Yep.
And I basically have been binging that.
Do you really?
Yes, honestly. I just kind of like sat while I was working on stuff for other episodes and you guys, and was just watching it. So whose idea? I think it's a great idea, by the way, especially if you don't have a whole lot of ground underneath you releasing stuff just yet. But whose idea was it to do the vlog?
So like we all want to remember everything, so
Yeah.
we got to record everything, especially while we have like phones in our pockets. And I think Luke at the beginning did a really good job of like pushing that. And sometimes like it takes a minute to get used to talking into the camera.
Yeah,
it's definitely
or, like,
awkward
your own
at first.
camera. Yeah, it's
Relatable.
weird. But like I feel like the more we got to just like, you know, just gel as a band, it just got easier, because at some point it's not like us talking to the camera, it's the camera just capturing us just being us and just hanging, and just like how we just go about, you know, just life as a musician, playing shows, going to the studio. Like these are all things that other musicians see and relate to.
Exactly.
And I love being able to just have that forever. Like future like great nieces or grandkids are gonna be like, oh, Grandma Sara was cool.
Exactly.
We got the receipts. We got the
Exactly.
receipts.
I got receipts and I was cool. It's awesome.
I love that. And who edits it? Because some of the videos are kind of long.
It's both of y'all.
That-
Yeah.
Both of us.
Yeah.
So we do full set videos and we do the vlogs. He edits the full set videos and does all the mixing for those, and then I do the editing for the vlogs. And then each of us, the thing I wanted to try to do differently with it compared to what I've seen other vlog channels do is it's usually like each member has their own individual channel, and then they're all kind of pinballing everybody around to each of them. I wanted it to be all of us in one, and then it kind of pushes the flow of the video the whole time, bouncing back and forth since we're all starting at different points and coming from different areas and everything. And I thought it was a new unique approach to it, but also I think it kind of makes it a little more entertaining because it is kind of like a movie almost, where there's multiple things happening at once. And also if you remember what you were doing that day.
Exactly, because I thought that was pretty cool because I almost didn't even notice it at first, but there was one where like you pulled up somewhere first and I said, oh, but this is her POV, and it all ties together as you guys get there at the same time. I also love how you highlight the other acts that are there wherever you go to perform.
We love getting to meet the people that we play with and build connections with them, and we really kind of, this has been our first full year in Kansas City of doing stuff, and we met a lot of people at the KC Music Industry Nights out at the Rhino, and just kind of being thrown into that community and growing in that community, it's just been so enriching. Is that even a word?
Yeah,
it's been really powerful to us and really boosted our confidence a lot, and we've got a lot of really good connections and just had a lot of fun. And in the vlogs, I wanted to be able to keep up with who we've played with so that one, we can stay in touch with them, but also like we've played with some really good bands. And I want to be able to listen to their music all the time and especially be reminded of it if I forget. And we try to do like the playlist stuff, and I'm trying to put together a playlist of bands that we've played with, but it's a little bit hard to keep up on that just because some people don't have stuff released, some people do, some people have multiple different aliases that they release under.
Or different band iterations that they were under, and so like that song was under this band, and trust me, I feel your pain on that. So how did you guys get together? Because you mentioned this is your first year of like performing in Kansas City.
Yeah. So 2023 was we were when Skate Bar was in St. Joe. Isaiah and I had got together, and Isaiah and I have known each other for like 8 years now.
Yeah, he's not here with us today. But,
he wasn't able to make it, but he's like a brother to me. He really is, and I love him. And we've just kind of stuck it out ever since we met at Muddy River Guitars out in Atchison. We were doing open mics there, and then eventually we ran into each other and started talking about music. And he's the first person I met that also liked the 1975, which is just kind of hard to find in rural areas. But we found each other, and then ever since then we've been kind of attached at the hip, even though there was just a lot of things that tried to keep us apart. We were trying to get a band together pretty much from the moment we met, but at one point, like the bridge to Atchison flooded over or something, and we couldn't get to Atchison.
To progress.
And then like
usually it's like a drummer moved away, but
I was expecting something else. It's like the bridge disappeared.
It was like they couldn't use the bridge for a couple months. We couldn't he didn't have his driver's license yet. I wasn't old enough to drive yet. And just a whole bunch of other stuff. But eventually, we both got on the same wavelength, and we started doing some stuff, got some friends, and we were playing with... We had one other band that just never actually made it out of the basement. But up to that point, we had just kind of both done solo stuff. He'd been in another band, and then going into 2023, or at the end of 2023, we had only actually played one show together on stage. And we had started kind of experimenting with that, starting to kind of talk about doing like a project where it was some of the songs that I'd written lyrics to, or that him and I had written lyrics to together, mashing those together from what I had been doing solo and what he had been doing.
Just like a whole collaboration thing.
Yeah. And we came up with the idea for Sentimental Creatures. We were trying to figure out a band name, and it's the first one I could find. My fiance and I, we were listening to the radio, and a lot of times we'd throw new music at each other. And this album came up, and the album was called Sentimental Creatures. And I was like, that is an awesome band name. and everything's already taken, but I go on, I search everything. There's not a single
And there
band
wasn't a
called
single
Sentimental
one.
Creatures. There's nothing like copyrighted under it that I know of, like music related
Oh, this has
wise.
to be the name forever.
Yeah, so I
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
like, because most people have to do like so and so band or
absolutely.
something
Yeah.
something underscore underscore
And it
underscore.
makes it hard to find
Mhm.
Yeah.
things where it was like a million people thought the same name was cool.
So
Yeah.
I went on Instagram and I saw Sentimental Creatures was not taken. So I went ahead and just made the Instagram account. And we sat on that Instagram account for like 4 months before we even did anything with it.
Wow.
I just knew like something inside of me was just like, we need to have this. I don't know if I'm ever going to use it, but we just need to have it.
And that's just how that came
And
together.
yeah, and Isaiah and I had been doing shows together just as Lukas and Isaiah when we'd done like 2 or 3 shows. And then it was December and Skate Bar had announced that they were closing down in St. Joe and moving to Kansas City.
Moved down here.
And he also does mixed martial arts and stuff like that. And he was getting an opportunity in that to kind of go to the next level with that.
Oh wow.
But to do that, he was going to have to kind of cut off music and stop that. So we had talked about it, and he was kind of like, I think I'm going to look at going with this path just because of how everything had lined up. And I know that that's like music and martial arts are like 2 of his biggest passions in
He
his
had to
life.
choose.
And I was like, dude, if you got the opportunity, like chase it. I support you 100%, but let's do one more show together. And he hadn't got to play at Skate Bar yet. I'd only played there by myself. So I reached out to Skate Bar. They were able to get us in the night before the last night that they ever did a show. So we got in there. We practiced every single week, multiple times going up to that show. And we went into that probably the best rehearsed that we'd ever been because we had actually stayed focused for a little bit of
Focused on
time.
it, yeah.
And it was such a powerful show. There's so many people there just to say goodbye to Skate Bar in St. Joe.
So you got a lot of exposure at the same time.
Yeah, and we got to meet just so many people, so much good criticism like coming back to us, so many people connected with it, so many people actually paid attention. Like you can tell like whenever people are on their phones, like or outside.
No, you can tell what the vibe is based on how much somebody's on their phone. And if they're on the phone looking you up, or if they're on the phone because they're playing Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Like there's a different look in their eyes when they're doing it. Even when I'm in the audience, I pay attention to that too. But that's pretty dope. So like you were able just to have that last blowout moment that triggered everything. Did that help him make his decision?
And so we were sitting there and we walked out, and then they had like right when he got off the stage, you could just walk back into this room and just kind of chill there. And that's kind of where we were sitting. And we were like, dude, that was crazy. Because up until then, it had just kind of been like us kind of chasing people. And that was the first time that people had started approaching us, asking us about, where can I find you guys? Where can I get this stuff? Like, do you have anything out yet? And we kind of started to feel the pressure that like, oh, we don't have anything ready for that yet. And so then we totally just quit thinking about that because it was stressing us out. And we walked back out, and I'm messing with like a tech deck or something. And then Sara walked up to us, and she was holding a camera.
Aww.
And we introduced ourselves, and I thought that she was a photographer. I didn't even know that she played music or anything. And we traded Instagram accounts because I thought that she might have some pictures or videos from the night. So I got that. We talked for a little bit, but the band that went on after us was playing, so I could barely hear what she was saying. So I had never actually heard her say her name. So I had forgot what her name was. And then the next day, I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I went to go message her just to follow up and be like, hey, just let me know whenever you have this ready. But when I looked at her Instagram account, I saw a video of Sheila E. And I was like, that's a pretty niche thing. Like, she's got to be involved with percussion somehow. She's at a Sheila E. concert.
Yeah.
No, that's on the nose.
And-
She is mother.
Yeah.
She is mother. She is mother of the drummers.
And we started talking, and then she had brought up getting together to jam at some point. And I hit up Isaiah because in our band before this band, I was the drummer and also the second lead singer of that band.
So you play drums, guitar.
I would not say I play drums well, especially in comparison to Sara. Yeah, we've. I won't even step in the same boundary as Sara on the drum kit, but that's just what I did in that group. But I told Isaiah, I was like, dude, this is what we've been waiting for. Like, she's asking us to go jam with her. So then we went out, and Sara was like, hey, there's this venue called High Tops. They do these open jams. You guys should come out to this one. And it was like like a week or so later, and we talked about it. We're like, okay, let's go. And we just expected it to be kind of a thing that everybody just kind of like chilling, sitting around, like go up and play a little bit. But we walked in and the whole freaking place is full.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we got our acoustic guitars, and then Sara just walks up to us and we're like, hey, nice to see you again. She's like, we're up next.
And so was that your first time performing together?
Yeah. And we hadn't rehearsed or anything. All we had was the set list from that skateboard show that I had left in my guitar case. And I just looked at Sara, I was like, do you remember any of these? And she's like,
No.
we went up there and played, and it was.
I really said, screw it, we're doing it live.
Yeah.
I love that, and like it. I think it also tells the story of your creative process a little bit, because you talked about that. Like in your creative process, who is there anybody one in particular that writes songs? I know you do some writing.
I do a lot of the lyrics. Isaiah and Sara will help me with the lyrics from time to time, especially if it's like something theory related. That's when they get all involved in it.
You guys are more technical.
They're the trained professionals. I'm just a sad
degree.
writer.
You got a degree. You have a degree for music as well.
Music tech.
Music tech.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So both sides of the coin. That's awesome.
I learned from Dennis Rogers here in Kansas City. He was, he taught everybody, I think, who plays a drum set in Kansas City. He was the percussion director at Missouri Western. That's how I met him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So all those things blend together. Are there any like specific things about the way you guys come up with music, or like for how you've taken all your experiences in order to create the music that you create?
We really call it throwing up a
Yeah.
lot. Like,
It's a lot of projectile.
it's not necessarily organized. We can
Throwing
be
up
organized
thoughts.
with it.
You just want to make sure
Yes,
you clarify.
yes.
Yes,
The
projectiling
thought
thoughts
of having
and
an
ideas.
idea makes me so sick. No, but no, we'll be like sitting at practice, and Isaiah is like a riff machine
You really
with a
are.
guitar,
Mm.
and he'll just be like, he sends us like 100 song ideas every day. Like he is just constantly just throwing stuff out. And we'll be at practice in between songs. Sometimes we'll be like, we need to practice the set front to back, and then we'll be halfway through and somebody will accidentally do something that sounds cool. And the next thing you know, we've written 3 songs. And
That's
we
awesome.
hoped that we recorded one of them. Like for a while, we were doing it where we would just set up a microphone from the moment that we plugged everything in and just recorded the whole practice, just because we kept having songs that we were losing because we'd play it all the way through one time, just completely improv, and then we would have nothing to remember it by once it was done. Or there was one time Isaiah and I, we were like having a bonfire or something, just sitting out there. We wrote like 4 songs. And then on the last one, we just kind of kept dragging it out because we were like, I don't remember any of this, but I don't want this to be over because it sounded really cool.
Going.
Yeah.
It just sounds cool, and you want the vibe to keep going.
Yeah.
So that sounds very harmonious. But are
Yeah.
there times where you have creative differences, or like have like pushbacks on ideas? How do you handle and overcome those?
Well, I think a lot of it is like us trying to just kind of like, when we get like, okay, once we get the idea out and we like throw it up all over each other, then we get to the point where we like, where we're like, okay, well actually how do we like structure this? Like what are the patterns that we actually want to like iron out and keep? So that's kind of what we've been learning, especially now that we're like recording our debut single at Hardcut at Rhino. We're really starting to like kind of, I get even more harmonious in that side of songwriting, because it's easy just to go and there's a song,
Right.
but
Exactly.
once you like take that time and just like perfect it and like add like actual like pattern and structure to it and turn it into like an actual like pearl, you know?
Yeah, because everybody has preferences.
Yeah.
And what I find is that if there's certain things that your ear likes, you can end up accidentally making multiple songs that sound the same.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
So, like, are you guys being cognizant of checking that in each other as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful to have the training I do, because I as a drummer, I feel like I've just always been in sync with patterns. So like being like educated by a bunch of different teachers have showed me like how to add like variants and those patterns.
Yeah.
And bringing that to the table in this band is so fun for me, especially with a riff machine like Isaiah Diaz. Because him being a riff machine and me being a groovy, he's a fun guitar player to play with. He is so fun for me.
I can tell, like,
oh my
especially when it's just
God.
you two. Also, I can tell like where the chemistry is there, and I see it when you all play together. But like when you guys are it's just the two of you, it's like you can see it,
Yeah.
you know. So it makes sense that you guys started out the way that you did.
Dare I say sentimental?
Yeah.
Dare I say sentimental. And since we're talking about sentiments, let's just ask a little random question here.
Okay.
Kind of not random. Is there a song that you would love to hear again for the first time?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I could think about that for an entire day.
I know, I'm already getting emotional thinking about it. Come Back to Earth by Mac Miller.
Ooh, I can see that. Why? It's just a deep, meaningful song because it's like,
Well, the lore of it too, and his
yeah,
life, and
the lore of it.
like
was a
where
big
that,
deal.
and also like, I got really sick, like one time, and I like had that song like on repeat.
Oh.
It heals.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
No, it really
though.
does heal. Like you put in some bath salts and you stay in a hot bathtub for like an hour, and you put on Mac Miller's "Come Back to Earth." Actually, the whole swimming album. Just do that.
Yeah, no, and I see it's getting you choked up.
Yeah.
No, thank you for that answer. That's awesome.
Makeup. No. Oh, that's me. What am I doing? Let me actually run in my purse. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll let you get
I'm
back
the crier
to it.
in the band, by the way.
Oh. It's your hair is like right here. I just want to make sure you're back to where you were.
Oh my God,
Okay.
yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Just take the moment.
Thank you.
I need more time to think of my answer anyway.
I know. You gotta cry too. Everybody has to cry now. It can't just be me.
Yeah, you gotta pinch me really hard right whenever I'm about to speak.
No, it's fine. Did you have yours? I can move on.
I
to the
do,
next question.
yeah.
Okay.
So the Broadway version of Green Day's 21 Guns.
Ooh.
So the first time I heard that with Billy Joe playing the part of St. Jimmy in that song, it just brought kind of tears to my eyes. My hairs on my neck stood up.
Really prove it.
So-
Show me those tears.
I can't cry on
I'm just
demand.
kidding.
Oh, that's
So-
awesome.
Of course, Green Day has been a big part of my life musically.
Oh,
So-
okay. Yeah.
I
Like
think that's his most
ones that
sentimental
mean
band.
something to you.
Yeah.
And I that's the reason why I wanted to ask this question because I mean I wanted to see if Sentimental Creatures was really just a name. like how can I?
No, these are real
it?
tears.
Yes, they're very real. But I just like thought that question would kind of like fit in. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And especially when music means a whole lot to you.
Yeah.
You know, you're probably gonna be thinking about this question for the next 12 years.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. But in having to record and having work life and relationships and trying to balance all of this, how have you guys supported each other or found ways to support each other?
Patience.
Yes, grace and patience and communication. Because, like, you know, we're not always going to be the most organized. Like, I'd say we did one of the best jobs ever making sure we all got the right time. And, you know, we can't control, you know, people being sick, but
No.
we got here at 3 and 4, that ain't bad.
No, it's not. And, you know,
Right.
Isaiah's sick, we miss him, but he'll be here next time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he will. He's with us in spirit.
Yeah.
He's in this cup.
He's in the cup. They can't let me
He
see
got
it.
some he got some beef with the genie and he got trapped in the cup.
Oh, man.
And I really love to, you guys support each other. You talk about other artists that inspire you, and you're working on this album. You have so much going on. Have you thought about the next steps after this album?
We'd like to do some touring.
Yeah.
Some like we talked to Harbingers about it because they kind of got the approach that we want to kind of follow after, where they still work throughout the week just like everybody else because you got to, but like Friday they'll finish work on Thursday, they'll have Friday off and they'll do Friday, Saturday, and then they'll either play a show on like the afternoon Sunday and then drive back, or just drive back on Sunday if it's farther away.
Oh, okay.
So we're planning on, hopefully after we get the album released, which we don't know when that's gonna happen yet, But hopefully in the near future, after the album's released, we do a little bit of some Weekend Warrior touring, just kind of around the Midwest, Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska.
Places that you can get to within a weekend and get back. Absolutely. Thinking about the big picture, and I feel like I know where this answer is going, but it's also good to get it out there, to say it and have it memorialized. What would success for you guys as a band look like for you? And I can get an answer from all of you on this.
Kill first.
Kill blast.
I think for me the biggest reward and the thing that's always made me feel, I guess, successful, because it becomes like a big contest of like you have to fight your own ego on it. Because if you go chasing the things that are going to inflate your ego, you're just ultimately going to end up disappointed.
Very much so.
So you gotta find the things that, why did I get into this in the first place? Like, I was 5 years old. Our playground at the school I was at in kindergarten was a trailer in a parking lot. And we were on that trailer acting like we were Bon Jovi. And that was what we did at recess. I specifically remember that. And I'm like, I think back to that of like, this is something that I've wanted since I was a kid. And just being able to have a band together now, that's something that I chased for years, wanting to even just have people that show up and have a common goal of wanting to create something. And now with all the stuff that we're doing, I'd say that's a success in its own. But the biggest thing that's always been a payoff to me, whether I've been by myself, whether I've been performing by myself, just playing at the house, or on stage with them, playing in front of people, is just whenever you connect with somebody off of a song that you've made and that all of us have poured like a piece of our soul into, that it's really cool to sit down and talk with people after the shows and have those connections with them. And I want to grow that to have that on a larger scale, to where, if somebody connects with it and that helps them with something, how it helped me, like when I wrote it, to get over whatever I was going through, or like exclaim what I was going through.
Or even just affects you as deeply as one of your favorite songs affected you. Like even today, like just to know that you have that effect on somebody, and that's something that you guys created together will do that. That's a lot. That's a lot. And I ask that question all the time because success looks different to everybody.
It does.
And especially as, independent artists out here on your own doing stuff, people always assume that everybody's just trying to make it big. And while that may be an element of it, people are also very concerned about impact.
Yeah.
And I think that's important for a lot of artists to hear.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. What about you? What do you think it would be good for your mind of success?
In my mind, well, I kind of look back at like 12-year-old Caleb playing guitar in his bedroom, just kind of thinking of what he would think. Just where I'm at right now, playing in a band, playing with my friends, hanging out. That to me is successful. Just looking back to see what my younger self would look up to.
That's awesome.
So,
well, we had to end that on a sentimental note with the great band Sentimental Creatures. Thanks you guys for joining me today.
Thank you for having us
and talking with me. I hope that felt.
This is incredible. Seriously.
I'm glad. I hope I feel like you guys feel very comfortable, and I'm glad that you felt comfortable talking with me.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
One thing that we've started doing is we have our wall of fame, and while I do my close, I'm going to have you guys go over and sign it.
Yay!
Okay. Awesome.
It's race!
Many thanks again to Sentimental Creatures for joining me today. Thank you guys again for joining me. You're the best part of all of this, and I'll see you again soon for another close-up. I'll be checking for you. Bye.